What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Maybe wondering what we're doing with Mario Kart. However, that I have however, you can probably tell from the last video that I was planning on on a certain project, which this is just part one. Which this is my ideal idea on what the next Mario Kart game would be for the next Mario Kart game would be. However, I have the nitro. No, I have the retro courses thought of, which some of them you might agree with, and some of them you might not. Which I try to make sure I don't use the courses that has been used more than twice, like more than once, that has been used twice at. Like I try to find courses that hasn't been used two times or more, which tour does not count, so it'll be two times max. And I can't go. I could only choose the ghost that has only been used one time within the nitros, or hasn't been used at all ever since the debut. This is just part one of the ideas. Part two, I'm going to go over the nitros. Part three, I am going to go over some other ideas. Like part four, probably going to go over on how I think the title screen is going to be like. Like, not the title screen, but the menu item, like the menu selection. And yeah. Anyways, that these four are going to be totally new tracks. These ones are going to be the ones that I'm mainly going to be focused on, except for the nitros within here. You know? Sorry about that. And also within here as well. However, there will be no tour city tracks because I feel like they're going to finish up with the tracks from tour, which that will include the final nitro from tour and the RMX tracks, the remix. Yeah, For the Shell Cup, they're going to be different tracks. But I have Figure 8 Circuit from the Mario Kart DS game. We just thought of that one because, come on, if we have Mario Kart, we have Figure 8 Circuit, Bowser's Castle, and Rainbow Road left. We might as well get rid of the one that nobody likes the most, that nobody likes at all. We might as well get rid of that one. SNES Vanilla Lake. I felt like that one was one that was originally planned for a tour, like originally planned for the Booster Course Pass, but hasn't been used since Bowser's Castle, but 3 had been more of an ideal option. 3DS Shy Guy Bizarro, that's what I thought of. And finally is Toad's Factory. And those are my options for the Shell Cup. For the Banana Cup, I think it is also a really good selection. With it being SNES Choco Island 1, the Mario Kart 8 Electrodrome, and yes, it's called Electrodrome, not Electrodome. That's the one that many people thought it was called. Then I have GCN Mushroom City, one that I think would have been a really good option to have. Sorry about that. Now, the GCN Mushroom City, I feel like seeing like some in video stuff. It kind of feels like that one was a track that was originally planned to be in tour, but for one of the retros, where they scratched it because with the leak stuff for the booster course pass having a GCN track, and people thought it was Mushroom Bridge, which it turned out it wasn't. And finally, Woohoo Loop. Feel like we should have one of those kinds of tracks in there. And yes, I'm just doing some kart racing for fun. And now for the Leaf Cup, Tours, One Up and Pipeline, which I feel like that one was one that was scrapped because there was some confusion within titles with different languages. And next is me, Dry Ruins. That's when I thought that would be a really good fit. And one that should have been in Mario Kart 8, Mario Circuit 4, and Bowser's Castle 4. Like Mario Circuit 4 from SNES and Bowser's Castle 4 from the GBA. I feel like those should have been in the game anyways. But those two have to be in there together. They can't be in there separately because then it doesn't make any sense. The reason why Mario Kart DS had the tracks Mario Circuit Run and Bowser's Castle 2 and the SNES and GBA, and we had Mario Circuit 3 and Bowser's Castle 3. Mario Kart 7 had the tracks Mario Circuit 2 and Bowser's Castle within the SNES and GBA. So it only makes sense that those two would be in there. And finally, for the Lightning Cup, I have N64 Mario Stadium, which for that reason should be obvious. But this one I was kind of debating over because I feel like we need to have the Mario Kart 8 tracks in there. But also I don't really know what the labeling would be because it could be Wii U, but there's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. So, mhm. So yeah. Next we have GCN Bowser's Castle, which that's in there because with there being a lack of Bowser's Castles within Mario Kart 8, in GBA Rainbow Road, which that reason is obvious. Now we get to the ones where there's a mix between retros and nitros, which the retros I have the ideas for. And the nitros, there's only some of them I can think of. Which I'm not gonna do the nitros yet because even though I thought of some of them already, it feels best to just group them in one group. Which we have for the egg cup as me as Dose Valley Run. Feel like we should have some more like feel like we should have some like ghost themed tracks, which there is a few of them already in the list ahead, but you don't really know that. We're trying to say, oh. Then the second one is a nitro. Third is DS Delfino Square, which that one is one that is favorite within the DS games, and one that has only been used within as a retro within Wii, and with the batting mechanics and stuff. Yeah, that part of the bridge could be used as a gliding section. Uh, yeah, that part would really be used as a gliding section. And the final slot is a nitro. Yeah, for the Triforce Cup, we have Nitro, 3DS Mario Circuit. Trying to choose some that is. I'm trying to choose some tracks that I'm pretty sure Nintendo will choose because we do tend to choose some that is not people's favorites. And some that is people's favorites. And we have N64's Bowser's Castle because it kind of feels like it's a good slot to have. And with there only being one N64 track, it makes sense. And the final one within there is a Nitro within the Triforce Cup. Within the Crossing Cup, we have some good selections. GBA Cheap Island. I feel like that one would have been like a really good track to have in there. Then we have the Nitro. Well, your school of mine is third in the line. Which well, your school of mine. Trying to figure out some tracks that are like a good idea for. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's hard to figure out some good ideas. Some of these might be scrapped for an enhanced version of it eventually. And then we have a nitro, finish it off. And for the bell cup, we have a nitro, then a good selection since there's going to be page one of two. Dino Jungle. One that was debated between DK Mountain within the booster course pass. Which that one would make sense in there since having it be because it is within the second slot within the final cup. But with this one, this is the final cup within the first page of two. In the next slide, we have Top Cruise. Trying to think of some good, like about 8 tracks to place in there. Mhm. And finally, we have the Nitro to finish it off. The fantasy selection for the Fail Cup. Mhm. But that is not all, because you're still the extra jacks, which isn't going to be DLC, but just page 2. Yep, these tracks. No, not these tracks, these cups. These cups is going to be within page 2. However, I might swap out Dino Jungle for one of the ones I have in place within there. But also it might require some good adjustments. But yeah, we're not gonna have these exact tracks. Except for some of them. Anyways, for the Golden Dash Cup, I have in place the Remix Mario Circuit Run, which I thought that one would have been a good fit because we can get the RMX tracks done. And that one was a good starting one. Next, Luigi N64's Luigi Raceway. Yeah, I mean, but I think that some good track stuff is challenging. Then next is DK's Pass. DK Pass. And finally you see Nitro, which that would take us to the Lucky Cat, which has some other good traits, I think. Which hold on a bit. Which like you said, I have the OMX Chocolate Island Run, which that one is another like that one I thought would have been like a good idea with that one. Next, I have the SNES Mario Circuit Run, which that might get repetitive with the same thing being used a few times, but it's hard to come up with some good ideas that are pretty good. Next is see me and you slash Mario Kart 8. Shy Guy Falls. Like follow the same pattern. I tried to follow the same pattern that these clubs did. With with easier cups, like with easier tracks being at the beginning and harder tracks being at the end. And finally is the nitro, if I don't know. Mhm. Mhm. The next one we have is the turnip cup, which has no nitros in it. Donut Mains one is when I think you really get started for it. Then GBA Peach Circuit, then 3DS Royal Shipyard, and finally DS Bowser Circuit, which we have to have more Bowser Circuits within like a big selection like that. No. And next we have the Propeller Cup, which the idea selection I have thought of in mind for it. It's a pretty good one. With it being Nitro to start it out with. Hold on. Never mind. I read it right after all. Which Nitro to start it out with? Me, Luigi Circuit. Managed to get rid of the throwing tracks, so that way then for when we have the next Mario Kart game after the one I thought of, we don't have to deal with having to have those throwing tracks. And N64 Frappe Snowman, when I thought would be a really good idea. And finally, PS Luigi's Mansion. Maybe a remix layout. Like maybe a remake layout of it. Where there's like another path where you can take. Like let's say on lap 2, you can go inside the mansion. Really completely. And lap 3 would be uh, finishing it off like would basically be going through a path that will take you back to the main road, finish it off. Mhm. Yeah, that's the idea I thought of. Now for the rock cup, there's a few selections I thought of would be an interesting one. The remix Ghost Valley Run. If you only have a Ghost Valley Run in there, but I want to get rid of the OMX track as well. Mhm. Yeah, that's the way on how you get block red shells. If you didn't know. Next I have next I have the Review Highway. Yeah, really is a really good game, but it's in the selections I see. It was pretty tough to choose a good one, and you don't want to choose your circuits. And I feel like there should be a couple bowling tracks left that they could use. Then next is a nitro. And to finish it off, we have Mario's Coliseum from the GameCube. Now for the Moon Cup, the placements of these it was a bit challenging since I was originally thinking that because as SNES Gaza's Castle Run started out with, US Airship Fortress, which those two being there might conflict, but I also kind of wanted to follow like is an path with like on how the games are because you do a cast of then an airship within some of them. The next is the remix Rainbow Road because you have to have a Rainbow Road in the Moon Cup somewhere. OMX Rainbow Road Run, to be more specific, and 3DS Macaru. Those are the selections I thought would be a really good idea. Mhm. So now we move on to the Fruit Cup. Now we move on to the Fruit Cup, which has OMX Vanilla Lake Run, the Mario Kart 8 Toads Harbor, GBA Lakeside Park. All those things would like get some good ideas. Yeah. They're not really the most popular ones, but they're not really the boring options. And yeah, of course, there's a nitro in there. So we move on to the boomerang. That's where we have the OMX structure and then two. So don't ask me why. And the nitro. NBA Luigi circuit. I knew I shouldn't have recorded this after eating my breakfast. But yeah, Game Boy Advance Luigi Circuit is a really good track. And DS Rainbow Road. We should have some Rainbow Roads. Which brings us, yeah, those are the circuits I thought of. And if there's an interest that you think would be a better fit, go ahead and comment them down below. I might, depending on what they are, I might adjust it, put it to be a final draft video. Yeah, this is just the planning stuff. Mhm. But it was, let's say it's like Coconut Mall. That would have to be a no-no because Coconut Mall has been used in Mario Kart 7 and the Booster Course Pass. And the ones that has been used as the extra cups within, like for like the ones that has been used in previous games, up like from DS, like it has like when the retro tracks on the DS up to Mario Kart 8's retro tracks. And like actually up to Mario Kart 7 retro track. Those tracks has been used again for a second time. I'm sorry, but if it's your second time, if it, I'm sorry, but if it's your third time being used, I can't allow that. I can only allow the use up to 2 times at this point. Now let's move on to the Feather Cup. So we have the RMX Bowser's Castle Run, which, spoiler alert, is not based off of the SNES game. It's based off of the GBA game. And we have 3DS Choo Choo Lagoon, 3DK Summit. And yes, I'm doing this based off of the North American release. Like the United States release. And that's what I'm basing this off of for the tracks. So any of you who is outside the US, some of these tracks names might be different. And then finally, the Nitro. And for the cherry track, we started off with the Nitro. Because why not? Then we have the Wii U slash Mario Kart 8 Swamp Ruins, which that one I thought would be a really good. That one it feels like it would be a really good option. Then I have the next Rainbow Road 2. And finally, N64, Banshee Chord Rock. I think these questions are a pretty good one. Yes, I'm fine with being here with choosing some that are fan favorites and some that are not. But choosing fan favorites are pretty hard. But the ones that are the ones that has been like with the ones that I with the rules that I have placed under, they are just really hard to choose from. Now we're on to the final two cups idea, like tricks ideas. Which we saw the Acorn Cup with a Nitro, then the SNES Triple Beach Run, GBA Broken Pair, and then the Nitro. And that one was on that it was kind of hard to choose from, but the ones left. Yeah, we trying to balance it out. And for the Swaggy Cup, the final track might change to 3DS Rainbow Road, but don't want it to be any bias within it because 3DS Rainbow Road is my favorite Rainbow Road. However, East Rainbow Road is the other majority of the community's favorite Rainbow Road. So the Rainbow Road habit in there, but you find a slot might change to what I have originally since it's not 3DS nor Rainbow Road. I might change it to one of those two. Yeah. Starting out with the Nitro, then Ryu/8's Big Blue, which you can see why it's a problem. Then, okay, with what I see, there's an obvious answer to what I might change the final track to because then the semi-final, I guess would be third track of the Mini Cup. We have Lee's Bowser's Castle, and we're not gonna have Lee's Rainbow Road in there anyways. But I have originally GCN's Rainbow Road, but I might change it to 3DS Rainbow Road because I feel like they're probably gonna have that Rainbow Road in the next game after the one I thought of. But yeah, that is my ideas for the retro tracks. Now for the nitros, it will take a while, but it will come out soon. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.